This special episode deals with the final redemption of one who was once a sworn enemy of Sandy Smith and her family and friends, George Anderson. It is the year 2032, and because George Anderson was willing to testify against his father Ted Anderson and Ted's partner in corruption, Leonard Wilson, George was later granted parole for his attempt at burning down the Tuscany Tavern. Now he is set to be released. George Anderson, the time has come. Today, you are to be released from this prison so you may have a chance to live a productive life. I am ready. Mother. And Mrs. Smith, I didn't expect to see you here.
Your mother asked for my help after she learned of your upcoming release. You should know that there are many people, including my daughter Debbie, who still despise you for your past misdeeds, but I figured the best way to keep you out of trouble is to have you live and work elsewhere so you won't be reminded of your past. This is my ex-husband, Steve Mueller. He has agreed to take you in and get you started on your new life.
Mr. Anderson, I can offer you two options. First, I own a nightclub in Tulsa and I can hire you as a bartender there. If you accept that, you will enter directly to the club's manager, Jack Watson. Also, I own a modeling agency in Dallas. You can work as a bodyguard to some of the models employed there. If you work there, you would answer to its general manager, Claudette Rouge. Which option would be better for you?
I think I would prefer option 2. That way, I can remain closer to my mother, just in case.
Very well. You will come with me and I will take you to Dallas.
Normally, I'd never agree to hire a convicted felon to work with my models, but Mr. Miller and Mrs. Smith say you are a special case. I will put you to work on a trial basis and see how you perform.
Thank you. So what exactly will I be doing?
You will be accompanying models assigned to you on their work sessions. This will be your first assignment, Miss Cindy Evergreen. She's only been with us a few months, but she is quite popular. She has to travel a lot and so will you.
Hello, and welcome to Aphrodite Agency. Let's get started.
So over the next few months they travel to various places for modeling sessions.
So I grew up believing that I, as both an English-speaking white person and a Christian, that I and others like me deserved to rule over America forever and that people who were different were threats to our well-being. And believing that made me want to hurt them any way I could.
But did they ever hurt you first?
No, they didn't. Ironically, my hatred and mistrust of them made me the threat to them. I became a criminal and went to prison because of my bigoted views. In prison, I was surrounded by people of color who hated cops like I had been. I heard stories from them about how the police were not seen as protectors of their community, but oppressors not much better than the secret police of fascist and communist states in the past. I learned about how white people were treated with kid gloves, while blacks and others were outright murdered on the streets. One of the prisoners I came to respect later was a Muslim, and he said his conversion to Islam while in prison made him a better person. He'd been raised a Christian, but his parents abused him, so he rejected their religion and found one better for him.
So what is your religion now?
I don't really know. I haven't practiced any religion in a while. My mother is still Christian, though, so there's that.
I'm Catholic. But I only attend church with family members on holidays. I don't need religion in my daily life. That strikes me as cultish. Welcome. I am Jennifer Park and I will be your photographer. Are you ready to begin? Sure. Just tell me what to do. Well done. We will go through all the photos and decide which ones to use for the advertising campaign. Enjoy your trip back to Dallas.
I am puzzled as to why models like you need bodyguards. I mean, why would anyone threaten you?
I actually had an insanely jealous boyfriend who I nearly made the mistake of marrying last year. He opposed my becoming a model because he wanted my beauty all to himself and he said I was likely to cheat on him. I said if I made money for us, why should he care how I did it? And so I dumped him to assert my independence. Then he sent me threats of violence, along with calling me sexist insults I don't care to repeat, saying that if I couldn't have him, no one else should. Hence my request for a bodyguard.
I see. Well, I hope I never have to deal with him, then. He sounds like a guy no woman should ever put up with.
George Anderson, what the hell are you doing here?
Didn't your mother tell you? I now work here as a bodyguard for one of the models here. I was sent here to start my life over after getting out of prison.
Legally, you may have paid your debt to society, but I still have a personal score to settle with you. That was for trashing my family's home nearly a decade ago. That was for trying to burn down the restaurant my mother co-founded. And that was for almost killing my future wife Carrie after you ruined our town's water supply. I only wish she was here to beat you too, but she is busy with police work, so I have to do it for her. Debbie, are you satisfied now? Yes. Thanks for inviting me here. And George, you'd better stay out of trouble, or both I and Carrie will come after you. Goodbye.